Another bizarre area of optics in the case of Rex Heuermann and Asa Ellerup, more specifically, is the documentary that is being produced. Peacock even making a statement about it this week, kind of, I think, trying to do a little bit of damage control because everybody was extremely offended and upset and also was concerned about the dollars, where they're all
Yep.
going to. So add in the mix that 50 Cent and G Unit Productions are making the documentary. That was a
Mhm.
weird sentence to say out loud. They came back and they stated that look, the funds here they cannot go to Heuermann's defense. I don't know how they're controlling that exactly,
Mhm.
because I don't think it does technically violate anything,
Right.
because it is a separate person. But I don't know. There could be some question there with the marriage. But she also has no creative control over the documentary, which I wouldn't expect her to. But overall, again, she's making some money on this through licensing fees, not just a direct check. Peacock wanted to make that known, but at the end, she's making money. The optics of all of that, where are you sitting on this? Even though we now have the explanation that the money's not going to go to Rex, and this and that.
Well, it's horrible, and of course, the relatives of the victims are upset, frustrated, disgusted. Speaking out about that, as I think we all would be. No, they're not getting $1 million from anybody, so it's another strange aspect to a very strange case. And I hope that the authorities are looking closer at Asa and paying very close attention to what she may or may not have known throughout the duration of these murders, the strange sex parties that possibly, if this is true, went on in the home. Does she have mental health problems of her own?
Mhm.
She does present strange.
Yeah,
And so we don't really know, are all burners firing for her? What
yeah.
is really the story here?
Well, I really wonder about the attorney or her attorney's roles in all of this because they are profiting handsomely
Yes.
on this. The attorney
Yes.
for the daughter and the attorney for Asa themselves, $400,000 to one, 200 to the other. Uh, is this really reckless representation or predatory representation that they're
Yeah.
getting? If this is the way that they steered them, because there's no attorney that I know that would say, "Hey, great idea, go do this."
No, no, absolutely not. It does sound predatory, it sounds self-serving, and I would think there's an ethical code about
Mhm.
doing things like that. There may not be in their state,
Sure.
but, again, an attorney should sure, they make money from doing the work, but they shouldn't make extraneous money like
Yeah.
this. It just sounds terrible,
I mean,
looks bad.
if you, I mean, just look at Asa. I mean, she doesn't appear to be the best decision maker. I'm
No,
not saying
no.
she was involved with the murders or anything of that nature, but yeah, she should be looked at a little more closely. Consider, I mean, we just
Mhm.
saw more DNA evidence come out. It's really nothing new. It was kind of there was it makes a good headline if anyone forgot about it, but some of the DNA from a cheek swab also, of course, then matched the hair follicle. We already kind of had that match. This just kind of reconfirms it that
Mhm.
it's there.
Mhm.
But uh, again, weird optics. Could hair easily transfer on tape or the burlap sack? Sure, it really could. But if this were reversed, if it were Asa who is the serial killer, she's not. But if she were, and they found her husband's DNA
Right,
on the
right.
bodies of the victims, I would think he would be at the very least questioned, if not behind bars,
Mhm,
if this
mhm.
were the other direction. Why on earth there is this separation, and she seems to be free to do this documentary? Um, Seems odd to me, unless again our investigators playing the long game on Asa.
Yeah, 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 it's possible, and I would love to sit and have a conversation with the lady and do a mental health assessment on her
Hmm.
because, she obviously does not look well,
Hmm.
and we can say being in this situation, we wouldn't expect the wife to look well, but there's still a lot we don't know, and we would love to know and hope that it comes out.
I would imagine that through this documentary, there'll be a lot that comes out, probably a lot that she doesn't necessarily want to come out. Whether that ties her to a crime, I don't know. But time will tell. I think she's being bamboozled a bit here by attorneys into thinking this is a
Mhm.
good move
Mhm.
for her
Mhm.
freedom, for her family, for anything.
Right.
It's not going to end well. Hey, it's Tony Brueski. If you want more of our interview with our guests, be sure to check out our podcast, Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski. Just search that wherever you download podcasts and press subscribe. Also, you can check out our YouTube channel for the full video version of the interviews as well, under the same name, Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski. Check it out, subscribe, binge, and enjoy. Thanks for watching.